Washington. House Republicans on Saturday unveiled their stopgap funding bill to avert a government shutdown set to begin next weekend. But with just 5 legislative days left until the deadline, Congress has little room for error. Just 2.5 weeks into the job, Speaker Mike Johnson, R-La, opted to go with a two-step continuing resolution, or CR, over a more typical funding extension covering the entire federal government. The untested funding approach is aimed at appeasing far-right agitators in his GOP conference who despise CRs. The House is expected to vote as early as Tuesday to give members 72 hours to read the text of the bill, according to 2 people familiar with matter. The plan does not include budget cuts or aid for Israel. Under the two-step strategy, which Johnson and others have dubbed a laddered crossing, but which others have likened to a step stool, several spending bills needed to keep the government open would be extended until January 19, while the remaining bills would go on a CR until February 2. GOP hardliners had been pushing Johnson to include budget cuts as part of his two-tiered CR plan, a source involved in discussions told NBC News. One House Republican, Rep. Chip Roy of Texas, quickly voiced his opposition to the bill shortly after it was released. "It's a 100% clean. And I 100% oppose," Roy tweeted. "My opposition to the clean CR just announced by the Speaker to the House GOP cannot be overstated. Funding Pelosi-level spending and policies for 75 days, for future promises. The plan is designed to avoid a messy showdown right before the holidays and buy Johnson and House Republicans more time to pass individual spending bills, but also create a sense of urgency with staggered funding cliffs. But it remains to be seen if the plan can pass the House, much less the Democratic-controlled Senate, which has dismissed the two-tiered approach. This two-step continuing resolution is a necessary bill to place House Republicans in the best position to fight for conservative victories," Johnson said in a statement after he announced the plan. The bill will stop the absurd holiday season omnibus tradition of massive, loaded-up spending bills introduced right before the Christmas recess. He added, "Separating out the CR from the supplemental funding debates places our conference in the best position to fight for fiscal responsibility, oversight over Ukraine aid, and meaningful policy changes at our southern border." The laddered plan has the backing of Congress's most conservative members, including Republicans who normally never vote for stopgap bills. If Johnson could get a temporary funding bill passed with only Republican votes, that would help him notch an early win among conservatives. "I like the latter approach," said Representative Ken Buck, R-Colo, a member of the hard-right House Freedom Caucus. "I think if we try to pass some appropriations bills, we're doing better than we've done in the past."